talking with members of Scapegrace. I'd like you to welcome Dan, Bill, and Kevin. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. Now, I interviewed you guys a long time ago, but the band was a little different then. You've gone through some changes.
Yeah, we have a new singer now, Kevin, and a new guitarist we just added about 2 months ago. 2 months ago. So, that's about it.
So now, there's a couple members who aren't here. Better mention them before they get mad at you.
Well, yeah, the new guitarist, Reed, isn't here, and Derek, the bass player. But they're with us in spirit.
Yes, I can see them. They're floating right above there somewhere. Now, one thing I know bands hate to answer, but I always ask bands because if someone hasn't seen you, you know, they want to know what kind of music you play. Can you categorize it? Can you tell me?
We can't answer that.
Well, try.
We're not allowed to answer this type of questions.
I see.
No, actually, it's heavy rock. I mean, there's a lot of different influences in there, so we really can't narrow it down to one thing. Some of the songs are heavy, some of the songs are
Not
more unheavy, and I don't know, there's just a lot of different stuff, like some bluesy type stuff, heavier stuff. I keep saying heavy. If I say heavy one more time. Okay, just hit me.
Now, Kevin, you came into the band, you were a drummer.
Well, I still am a drummer.
But not in this band.
Not in this band, no. I had just got out of my last band, and I was in the process of looking for something else, and I've known these guys for years. And they had problems with their last singer, and I told them, what are you laughing at?
He's laughing about the last singer. I think
it was a problem, that's all he was.
Okay, problems may have been a mild word.
Okay.
So I told them I'd help them out while they were looking for another singer. And ended up staying a lot longer than that. Yeah.
Get rid of them.
I never leave the house. I hang out with them on downtime between shows, and walk around in my underwear in their houses. And hey, how you doing? I never leave.
You never leave. You just. Now, what was it like when you first? I mean, after being behind a drum set, and then suddenly you just have that microphone stand there. What was that like?
I held on to that microphone stand for dear life for the first few shows. It's kind of like. It's kind of like that. But after a while, it got used to it. It was kind of like a challenge. That's the most interesting thing about it, because it is a totally different thing. But it's been a year now. I think I've loosened up a lot.
Now, for you guys, you came from having a different singer. How does changing the singer change the whole mood of the band?
It's a much better mood now. It's a lot easier to play. Have a lot more fun with it. You're not always worried about, oh, what's going to go wrong now. So I think it's better. I like it a lot better. It's more fun to be in a band now than it was. It was getting really trying to go to practice and to go to shows, and you're always in the back of your mind. It's always, what's going to go wrong now? We don't worry about that now.
And sound-wise, if someone had seen you before?
I think our sound has improved twice as much. I mean, the guitar sound sounds a lot better now with the new guitarist, and the vocals are definitely 100% better because he's here and he's not drunk, so and he can actually sing. He can actually sing.
My drums.
So I mean, we just have. I mean, like he was saying, it's a lot easier, and I mean the sound quality's a lot better. We're playing a lot better because we're not worried about who's going to be late, who's going to be too drunk to play, anything. So
now, at one time when I talked to you guys before, you were going to change the name, and you still have it. So what happened?
There's a band from New York with the same name, but we decided to send in our copyright to see what would happen, and it went through. So they must have never copyrighted it. Now we own it, so
you get it.
Yeah, so we can sue them. So hopefully they'll make a lot of money off it, and we can just sue them for it.
That'll work. Now, you had released a tape a few years ago, which was called what?
Belly full of lettuce.
You had nothing to do with it.
No, I wasn't on that one.
There's a different bass player on that also. Yeah. And actually, me and Dan are the only two people that are now in the band that were on that tape. And it's pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
No, I mean, it kind of describes what we were back then, but, I mean, to have people hear that without hearing the stuff, how we sound now, it's kind of embarrassing,
It's a different thing.
Yeah, it's, like, totally different. And we still do a lot of the songs off that first tape, but we do them so much better now.
A lot of them are different. I mean, actually different. Some of the songs we completely changed, faster, some slower, stuff like that.
Sometimes change them every night we play, so
yeah.
That's another thing. I mean, if people like to see bands that are energetic and different and like take chances on stage. We do that a lot. We don't like to. We do things to entertain ourselves, not necessarily even the people that come to see us.
Well, and one thing about that, you're an all-original band.
Yes.
Now, has that made it more difficult to play?
Usually, yeah, actually, like it depends on where you play, really. It seems the more towards the city we are, the better we do. Like when you go too far out, if we played in a bar that is usually used to like cover bands, then they'll just stare at you. But
What is this and why am I here?
yeah, but after a while, like places like Cloud9 and stuff, we played there a few times, and the response is getting really good. So people are starting to know the material.
Now
It varies wherever you play. I mean, some nights are really good, some nights aren't that good. But we always try and have a good time and at least entertain the people that are there and hopefully gain a few new fans out of it.
Really?
big in this band.
Sometimes some people might not even understand us or even understand what we're doing.
But I think the fun shows through. If
Yeah,
you're having fun,
hopefully.
then the audience enjoys
We
it.
always have fun.
We always try to.
Now, you're working on, since the first tape doesn't, quite show how you are now, you're working on a second tape. Now, you've been in the studio working on that. How's that going?
It's going good. Now the guitarist who played on that whole tape who just left, Jason Roller. He's been in the band since the beginning. So all the guitar tracks on there are his. So now, again, we're going to put out a tape that's not going to have the band that's actually playing on it come out.
But is it a good representation of your sound?
It's a lot better sound quality, everything. I mean, I think it's 10 times as good as the first one.
When can we expect to see this?
Hopefully soon. I think the only thing we have left is some lead guitar tracks, and that's it. I hope.
Rhythm tracks and that, and then trying to find someone to put it out for us or finance it ourselves, which who knows how long that can take.
As soon as the money comes through.
Yeah, so please come to some of our shows because we need the money.
And then you can hear a tape.
Or just send us money. That's nice. You can skip the middleman.
The begging band, that's it.
We're not too proud to beg. Never have been.
Well, now you guys, you are an all-original band. So how does the writing go for you? Does one guy bring in a song and say we're going to do this, or do you all sit down and work on it?
Actually, that's changed quite a bit. It used to be me and Jason, the guitarist who just left, wrote probably 99% of the material on the first tape. But now, I mean, Kevin writes a lot of lyrics, and Reed has written a song with the band already. Derek writes a lot together. Andy brings in a lot of his own stuff. Dan helps out a lot with just playing the drums. We won't know where to go with the song, and someone will have an idea, and we'll say, just play, faster or slower. And he'll just start playing a different part, and we'll adapt, a guitar part or something from that. So now everyone in the band's writing a lot more. We're writing as a band, not just me coming in with the song or Jason coming in with the song. Yeah, so we all try and work together on things. But there's always times when someone comes in and says, I got this song. But everyone's open to have it changed if someone else has a better idea, so.
It's changed, too. Usually a songwriting process is like an accident. Every song is an accident. You just get together and everything just mashes together. Usually just play a song 4 or 5 times and we have an end product somewhere down the line. It's not a thought-out process at all.
Usually we're waiting for someone to show up and we just start playing in the basement, and by the time they get there we have an idea and they go, what is that? And we go, we were just goofing around. Then he asks us to remember it and we can't ever remember it.
Oh, no.
So we end up writing something else from that.
Come in handy for that type of thing.
Find one that works.
For a tape recorder now, please.
No.
We had Reed play a whole song by himself that he wrote, and we taped it, and he stood there and played the whole song himself, and we realized afterwards that it didn't tape. There was no mic on the tape recorder.
So what did he do at that point?
Luckily, he knew the song. He remembered it, so he got kind of irritated looking, but he never said anything because it was when he first joined the band. I think now that he's a little bit more comfortable with us, he would have yelled about it, but
Like, don't do it again.
Yes.
Now, if someone's looking to see you guys play, what are some of the places that, they can generally look out to see that you might be at?
Cloud9, the Banana, Graffiti, anywhere, any place that'll let us, whatever's listed in Pittsburgh, or City Paper, or Rock and Roll Reporter, any local magazine that has band listings, we pop up anywhere.
if they come to a show, we have a mailing list
Yeah.
to sign. That way you will have something sent to you, hopefully on time, which sometimes we're late with it. But we usually get it out so people know when we're playing and where we're at. And plus it's usually entertaining because we write a bunch of stupid garbage. And
So you want to read it and find out where you're
yeah,
playing.
it's interesting. And we try and make it look nice, you know, and add, you know, stuff in. Send stickers and a lot of free junk. And I mean,
So what's the next step for Scapegrace? I mean, where do you want to go from here?
Well, what? Well, we want to finish the tape. What a bunch of goose. Anyway.
It's your band.
First, the major step right now is to finish the tape, and once that's finished, we're going to start sending it to whoever we can possibly send it to, and hopefully maybe this summer we were talking about maybe going out of town, going on the road, trying to play as far away as possible.
Build up your fan base.
And we need money. Send money. If I didn't already say that.
Seems to be the theme of the band. Now, one last question. If you had to leave people with a thought of what makes Scapegrace different, what would it be?
I think that we're a lot more personal than a lot of bands are. I mean, we try and spend time with the people that come and see us. Plus, every one of our shows is different. We don't have a set list that we play the same songs every night. And even if we play the same songs, we'll rearrange them on stage.
Usually we never even have a set list, so we just kind of get out there and play.
It's the band that wings it.
Yeah, we try to. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Well, good luck. Keep us posted on what's going on. And thanks for joining us.